Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Patricia Stuart of Patricia Stuart Originals. I'm going to be working with some extra tissue paper, wet strength tissue paper, and my 8x10 gel plate. And I'm just going to make a colorful pull a colorful print. I haven't pulled a print in a while, and see if we can embellish it doing different layers using stencils. So I'm working with Liquitex basic acrylics, and I'm going to use multiple of colors in different places. Just trying to get a colorful effect, but I don't want it to be heavy, just kind of light. And the first print, I'm just going to pull a solid print. Now this is my first time using wet strength tissue paper. Usually I use just a regular tissue paper. So I like the way this already pulled. Okay. Now we'll go in with some, this is Artist Loft. I have a bunch of paints that are still laying around. Mainly I use golden fluid acrylics, but I still have paints and different brands, perhaps, that I started out with. Let me just put a little bit more. I'm trying to go with thin layers. And I'm going to use some different stencils here for a different effect. Now one sheet, I'm just going to pull what's in between the stencil, which this can be used for something else. Now, if you know about using regular tissue paper, it can tear easily. You can't manipulate it too much. Okay, this is nice and could be used for something else. And so the wet strength seems to have a lot more that it can take. And so I'm going to put it right on top. And here we have that. Okay. I'm going to do some teal. a thin layer. And let's see what other stencils I can use. Some of these stencils I've had for a very long time, and they do have a lot of paint buildup on them. And taking the same sheet, this time I just want to get some of the design as opposed to the ghost print as before, but let's see if I can get some design pattern. My plan is to use this as background for my journal. That's a nice effect. And now we have a ghost print. That we can use. So while I'm pulling up my stencils, I'm placing them in my Brayer book so that I can create a background in there. So I'm going to take this one and pull up this print. Since I pretty much use all of the prints that I've been making over the past few years, I have little pieces left that I use in my scrapbook or art journaling. Okay, here's the ghost. Okay, let me try. This is titanium bleached. It's like a off-white. It's kind of hard to get it out of the tube. Not sure why. A little bit more than I want to use, so I'm going to brayer some of this off. Okay. Let's see. What stencils I have left that I could use? This is one of my homemade ones that it's left. All of those other stencils that I made, I have sort of gotten rid of because I made them out of cardstock and used them up, and so I'll be making some new ones. So you can just layer a print using whatever paper you want to. You keep layering it. Well, that's nice. So that you can get different designs and on top of each other and a variation. Now here's the ghost print. And I think I will, well, let's see what happens if I was going to start using, put a layer of another color and pull on a clean sheet, but let's just continue with this. Oh, it's just didn't add anything much. Okay, so we have this here, which is a nice one. And I like using tissue paper or deli paper because when you cut it up and use it in your print, it's nice and thin, and it really has a nice look. So this is a keeper. I'm not going to go over this anymore. So we'll start another one. And I'm going to continue to use the ghost print that I've been using. And so I'm going to go back in with this. I like that stencil. This one here. Another circular one there. Just like that. And let's see what we get. I want to say thank you to you guys who have subscribed and hung in there with me. There was some large gaps of time that I was away from content creating. I just needed to take a break, and during those breaks I was working on art for myself, just fun things for myself, fun exercises. This is a nice piece. So thank you for hanging out and coming back to the channel to see what I was doing. Now with this, I'm going to pull this with another color. This seems to need something else, I'm not sure yet. So let me use some yellow. Hopefully we can get a nice pull. I think it's dried enough. There's so many different variations and ways that you can get pulls for your prints. The layering of ghost prints or the main print, and that's why it's fun to use different size stencils. The smaller ones work very well when you're trying to have a variation in the same print. So hopefully this will look nice, the yellow and the teal. Or was it blue? I think it was blue. Well, it didn't really pick up any design. Not sure why. But because the plate is still wet, I'm going to go in with a fresh on top because this is a great ghost print design. I'm not sure why it didn't pick up. Maybe I had a little bit too much paint, so hopefully it'll pull up some of the pattern design that was on it. And it has pulled up most of it. That effect. So let's see. Let's see if I can get something going here. I like when I don't have a plan and I just go for whatever. Okay, so I'm going to take the same one. Let's see what we can get. If this was regular tissue paper, it would have fallen apart on me already. So we have some nice subtle designs here. And I don't think I'll get much of a ghost print from that. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm not going to get anything much from that. Okay. But I do have some strips here. So let's use my leftover strips. And that's a nice color combination. And let's see what else we can add right quick to them using one more stencil. Okay, let's just try this one real quick. See the strips. I can always use these when I journal. Okay, very faint. Nice faint design in the background. Now the plate is still wet, so I have some fresh strips here. Let's see what we can finally pull from it. Sometimes we get more that we like when we're just playing around. It's unplanned. Oh, how nice is that? That's what was left on the plate. It actually pulled up the other prints. Okay. So, what do we have so far? Move these things out of the way. So we started with this one. Which is very nice. And then, I hope you're able to see this. This became the ghost print. Then we went to this one, pulling up some more of the ghost. And then this one. And the strips have been interesting. Nice, subtle, but nice with color. And then to clean the plate in the end, we got these. So it's just fun to play around, and you never know what we're going to get. But it's worth experimenting, and I'm big on experimenting. And so thank you for joining me today. Doing these random prints, and I hope that you will take the idea of just putting your smaller stencils, if you have smaller pieces, and you know, layering them, using different ones and layering them, and using different color paints as you go. So keep doing art. Till next time.